guys, Samarpan this side, back again with a new tutorial video. In this video, we are going to learn how you can show notification in your Flutter app. So let's start the video. So guys, for showing the notification, I make a boilerplate code in the Flutter, not any fancy stuff. In the main dot, I just write the some basic of code that you see in the last couple of videos. And here in the home, I call that main screen, that is present under that main screen dot. And here I just change the status and navigation bar color. And after that, I make a container containing the width and height of the full screen, having a significant pace from horizontal and vertical. After that, I make a button named as show notification at the center of the screen, where onPress method is empty as of now. We will write the code here in this video. So what our agenda is, when we click on that show notification button, our notification will become in that app. Okay, so what we have to do first, we have to terminate the project. In case you are not ready with the boilerplate code, you can pause the video and just make the boilerplate code. I think you already ready with your boilerplate code. Now what we have to do, so switch to the pub.dev to install the packages. The first package is Flutter local notification, so go to the installing part of it, and that package is very much useful for showing the notification, and it is also Flutter favorite, so it is a very much useful package. Come to the prospect.yaml file, and in the prospect.yaml file under that dependency, just paste it here. But before installing that package, we have to install another package, because from the Android 13 notification for any app that is getting installed in your phone is by default the notification will be off. We have to first request the user for giving the notification permission, and if the user give the request for that notification, then we can show from the Android 13. For up to the Android 12, that notification permission is not required. So we have to install that package permission handler. Its permission handler is a very much special type of package where you can take any permission related to your app in your phone, just like camera, gallery, audio, and many more things of the permission. In this video, we are going to use the about the notification permission, so that's why we are going to use it here. So here I write permission handler. Now it's time to install the packages. From the terminal, I write flutter pubget to install the packages. Okay, at that time, let's understand about the configuration of permission handler. Here in the Android, that line is by default is enabled in any of the newly created project as of now, and you have to provide compile SDK version is 33. Okay, so Android app level build.gradle, if you come here, you can see here that compile SDK version is 33. Okay, for us. Now what we have to do for the iOS, I am not writing that configuration as of now, because I am running the code in the Android. So for if you are running your Flutter app in the iOS, so what you have to do, you have to make a file name as spot file under that iOS folder, and here you have to paste that code as well. And what you have to do, just like we need the notification permission as of now in this video, so we have to make permission notifications 1, and that permission you don't even need, just like context, reminder, camera, you can make it 0. Okay, so as simple as that, you can take the help from the documentation to add the configuration of iOS. Okay, now what we have to do, in case of Flutter local notification, there is some configuration is left. Here you have to use that two things under that activity tab of Android manifest.xml. so that is for the when the screen is locked and that turn screen on, that means when the notification will become, that screen light will be on if that is not on before. Okay, so I just copy that two lines, and what we have to do, we have to come Android apps source main Android manifest.xml, and here in that Android manifest.xml and the activity tab, just after the launch mode, I just paste two lines, and here I format the code as well for looking good. Okay, now there is no other configuration is left from taking from the documentation. We have to add some kind of permission so that it will be work well. So here what we have to do in the Android manifest.xml, okay, the Flutter pubget is done. We hide the terminal. Here in that Android manifest.xml, before running here about some of the permission, we have to first add here for the tool support line. Okay, so here we have to add that line, that will be helpful for us for the tool support, because that we are going to use here. Now we have to add some kind of permission here. So the first permission is the internet permission, so here I write the internet permission here. Okay, now we have to add the permission when the you maybe notice that when the notification is came, the phone is getting vibrated. That's like haptic feedback. So even when the phone light is off, when the notification is came, the phone is getting vibrated or the light will be getting popped up. For that we have to add the permission, and we have to add the permission for showing the notification, because that permission is mandatorily from the Android 13. That device is Android 12, so you can show the notification permission for that, but I will write code for that. If you are running that code in that Android 13, you will definitely see the effect of post notification permission. Okay, so we have to add 3 permission here. So we added the remaining of the permission. So here I write the second permission is the post notification. As I said from the Android 13 that notification is not enabled by default all of the app, just like up to the Android 12. So we have to use that post notification. After that we have to use vibrate and receive boot completed for when the notification is received. Okay, now the work of Android manifest.xml is done. No need to do anything as of now. Now what we have to do, we have to come to the main screen dot, and here in that main screen we have to call a method just like show notification, where we will show the notification. Okay, but before running the app we have to do one thing, just make the method here at the bottom of the class. And what we have to do, we have to first open that Android folder in the Explorer, and here we have to come Android app source main race drawable, and here we have to give a icon picture that will be so when the notification will come. In many of the apps you see that when the notification comes, the app related picture or any kind of picture with that notification is come, so we have to provide the picture for here as well. Okay, so I am ready with a picture. You can download any of the transparent background picture from here, that website iconsite.com. By the way, that video is not sponsored by that website. Okay, so here what we have to do, I just ready with that picture and I just copy it from here and I just paste it here, and I give that logo name as, or the icon name as app_icon.png. so you can give your any of that name, but you have to keep in mind the path where you have to paste that. Okay, now what we have to do, as we all are done, we can write Flutter pubget because we are changing in many of the things, and we can remove that app from the background as well. And after that we have to run the project as the Flutter pubget is done, so we have to write Flutter run. It will take a little bit of time to run the project due to the Gradle download and build in the runtime. So we can hide the terminal and we can write code for showing the notification. Here we have to first check if the notification permission is given or not. So here I write permission. Okay, so we have to first import the permission handler package that we install in the prospect.yaml. So here I write permission handler dot that we imported that package. And now what we have to do, we have to write here permission dot notification. So that will be, we have to request to the user. Now that will be a awaiting process, so we have to make it asynchronous. Now we have to take the status of that user input on that permission of notification pop-up. Now we have to check if the user is granted or not that permission. For that we have to write status equals to permission status dot granted. So if that permission status is not granted here, that means we can't keep it forward, because that will be not show the notification and that will lead to the error. Now what we have to do, we have to write scaffold messenger dot of context dot show snack bar, and in the snack bar what we have to write, in the content we have to write notification permission denied. Okay, and we can make the snack bar constant because the message is hard coded here. Now what we have to do, we have to write the code for showing the notification. For showing the notification we have to first import the package that we install in the prospect.yaml, that is Flutter local notification dot. Okay, we have to import that package. Now we have to come here at the line number 56 and we have to write code for showing the notification in our Flutter app. Now we have to first initialize that notification plugin. So here I write Flutter local notification plugin. Here we write Flutter local notification plugin. Okay, we made that object of it, and now we have to initialize some of the Android and iOS settings through that notification so that the notification could show. So for that we have to write Android initialization settings. I made the variable for that, and that will be Android initialization settings. We have to provide the app icon name. So here in the Android app source main Android under the trace drawable we provide the app icon. So we have to just provide the app icon, not the extension here. The extension is not required here. Okay, so here I provide the app icon name. Now what we have to do, just classic for the better view. So we initialize settings for the Android. Now we have to initialize settings for the iOS. So for that iOS initialize setting, it is called the Darwin initialization setting. So here I write about the variable. So here I write Darwin initialization settings. Okay, and there is some of the parameter is present, you can explore it. Now we have to combine that to initialization settings. So we have to write initialization settings, that will be variable of initialization settings, and that will be initialization settings plus constructor. And for the Android we have to provide Android initialization settings. For the iOS we have to provide Darwin initialization settings. Okay, now that two settings is given here. Now we have to initialize for the Flutter local notification that we actually maintain here. Okay, so we have to initialize that with that initialization settings that we make the variable here. So what we have to do, we have to write Flutter local notification plugin dot initialize, and now we have to provide that initialization settings. Okay, so we have to provide that initialization settings here. Okay, and that method initialize, you can see it is a future method, so we have to give it await. Okay, as the settings is enabled in our app, now what we have to do, we have to make the configuration for the Android and iOS, so for showing that data in the notification. So how can we do that? Now we have to use the Android notification details. So here I write final Android notification details. Okay, now what we have to do, we have to write Android notification details, and in the Android notification details we have to provide the different parameter, channel ID, channel name. So here I just provide high importance channel. You can give any of the channel ID and channel name, but that will be should be unique, so you can give any of the name. So here I write so notification. Okay. And after that there is many more parameter is present, just like importance, that is about importance dot maximum, because we want the importance maximum, and that's the priority, so that will be the priority dot high. Okay, that's okay for now. Now we have to give the iOS initialization details, just like Darwin initialization details, just like for the Android. Okay, so we have to write iOS notification details. Okay, now we have to write Darwin notification details. Okay, now we can provide many of the parameters, so we have to provide in that way many of the parameters. So there is, if you hover it, there is many more parameter is present, so you can explore it at your own. Okay, so now we have to combine that two notification details in one. So we have to write notification details, and that will be the variable of notification details, and that will be notification details. Okay, and here we have for the Android we have to provide Android notification details, that variable here I just copy it and paste here. And in the same way for the iOS we have to provide that iOS notification details, I just copy it here and paste here, and that's the method is ready. And notification details, now it's time to show the notification. So what we have to write, we have to use that object Flutter notification plugin, I copy it and I paste it here, and here I write show. Now we can provide the ID of it, that ID should be unique. As of now I give 0. Now we, in the title I write welcome to this Flutter series. So here I, in the description or body I write learn Flutter from basic to advanced. Okay, now we have to provide the notification details. We already made the variable here, so that the variable data is showing notification details. Okay, so it's good to go for showing the notification. I just open the terminal, make a hot reload, and let's see if it is working or not. Now if we click on that show notification, you can see the notification is come, welcome to that Flutter series, learn Flutter from basic to advanced. So the notification is working fine. Even you can see here, if you open it, that icon is showing, it's in a very much small form, and the notification is showing here. Okay, we can dismiss the notification as well. Okay, we have to dismiss the notification from physical device. Now we can show the notification again here. So here the notification, so notification is working fine in our app. So guys, that's all for today. Hope you love this video. If you love this video, don't forget to like, comment, share, and don't forget to subscribe this channel. The next video of the series is coming very soon. Stay tuned for that. Have a nice day. Bye.